Hey, this is Justin McCullough with Capital One Spark Business, and we're at the Small Business Festival. And I have Eric with us, and you're one of the major media outlets here. Why don't you tell us a little bit about who you are and your station?
Yeah, I'm general manager of KXAN, and it's the NBC affiliate here in town. We also have KMBA, which is a CW affiliate, and KBBO, which is a my network affiliate. So 3 TV stations.
Three. Does that keep you pretty busy?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I have a question. Do you consider yourself to be a small business?
Yeah, we're for 140 people, so
Yeah.
it's pretty small,
Yeah.
relatively speaking.
So do you feel like you have the same challenges as other small business owners?
Yeah, we do. I mean, it's a competitive marketplace, and we have to market ourselves as aggressively as possible, given that it's survival of the fittest, et
Right.
cetera. So yeah, and then, I mean, small business is what we approach in many different ways to try to help them do what they need to do to grow their business, because
Right.
that's the business we're in.
Sure, yeah. So I would imagine you work with small business owners in a couple of ways, right? One way is you cover them in a reporter fashion, right? Get them on the news.
Yep.
Another way is they can do some advertising with you, right? Are there any other ways?
I mean, really, it's we are in the storytelling business. All right, we're a news operation, and we are in the develop and grow small businesses business, because that's what we do with our advertising teams and our marketing teams. So
Yeah.
it's really just two fronts. We're trying to build our news brand on one front, and then we're trying to be a best-in-class marketing solutions organization for small businesses in the market that we've been in since 1965.
That's great. So let's sort of split that into two ideas. So the newsroom side of that is you guys are trying to cover stories. You've got a lot of stuff going on. You've got airtime. Is this a big black box? Is it a scary thing, the newsroom, or should small business owners see you guys as accessible? And what's going on in the newsroom?
No, I mean, in the newsroom, we're trying to tell stories about the village.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there is no black box. There's nothing scary about it. We have been in this market since 1965, telling stories about the local community. We want to make sure that there's viewer value with all our stories. We want to make sure that everything that we do is community and locally focused.
So what is a good story? What are the pieces of a good story?
In television, we really like emotion. So, if you have a small business and you have this product that just creates total bliss, and you cry every time you use it, that would be great TV.
Have you seen that product?
No.
No, okay, all right. So that's a very aspirational story.
That would be an
there.
extreme example to make a
right.
point.
Yeah, that's great though. Okay, so what I'm picking up though is story counts, and as these small business owners are thinking about their business and what they should talk to you guys about, if they can see a story, right, something that maybe has some emotion, some conflict, something that's not only newsworthy but interesting, right?
Yeah,
That's really what you're saying.
Interesting emotion about people.
Yeah.
We're going to want to tell a story about how it affects this person, your product and service, whatever, and show the emotional, reaction to that product or service, how it originated, the behind the scenes, like you see when the Olympics comes on, the behind the scenes, how the athlete got to this point, the behind the scenes of how the story goes, of how this person founded this company and what they're doing and the passion behind the product.
So something just popped in my head, like, if they can get that story, and it sounds like it's kind of difficult, right? So
it is incredibly difficult.
Part of it is a story, right? Just because you approach it doesn't mean it's a story. And if it was a story and you guys are able to cover it, is that it? Have we won? Is that all it takes?
No, it doesn't. Can you imagine like an advertising agency talking to a business and going, all you need to do is be in the 6 p.m. news once and you're golden. It doesn't work that way.
Yeah, I haven't seen it work that way.
No, you got to have a media plan, a marketing plan. So just make sure you have a marketing plan that's consistent, that you have to execute it for years and years and years, and then maybe you're successful.
Okay, so let's assume that some of these folks are they've already gotten on the journey. They know their product, they know their business. They maybe done some story pitches. It hasn't worked out for whatever reason, and they just really believe that something out there will work. Why video? Why TV? Why you guys? I mean, not necessarily directly your station, but like, what if I go into this advertising arena? What's that going to do for my small business?
Yeah, and it's not just about TV, but TV has a great value proposition, and that it is the most effective way currently in our world today to communicate emotion. And people's purchasing decisions, we all know, are really emotionally based most of the time. So it's like, if you really, you think about all the most powerful ads that you can think of, every one of them usually are on the television side. You think of the Super Bowl or whatever. So, it doesn't have to be a Super Bowl level commercial, but it still is the best vehicle to communicate an emotion and get an emotional response, from your potential customer.
So let me ask you this. I'm sure there are a few different ways that somebody could get some video on air. Could you maybe give me a couple of examples that video could be done outside of the station and video could be done in the station and they both wind up with your station? Can you help our listeners understand sort of how video works and how you guys consume it to get it on air?
Yeah, I mean, for one, are you talking about just like we go out and we have a news story, you're going to get video about your company that way. So we're covering, the opening of your business for whatever reason, the ribbon cutting, whatever. Yeah. All right, and there's video but you lose control of that, right? As the business owner. It's really up to us how we present it and edit it and et cetera. And then there's, of course, just, you have your marketing plan, which is crucial for the success of any business. And part of that marketing plan includes video, right? Because you want to use video for your commercials of your ad campaign. And so you can use television as that, or you can use digital, right? So you can, do pre-roll or whatever. So
how do we go about getting that done? How do I go from I have this idea, it should live in a video form. Yeah. How, do I do it with my cell phone? Like,
yeah,
that's what how do we actually get the production done?
Yeah, and that's where you would contact our organization, for instance, could do that. Or there's a lot of different organizations that can do that. But I'm obviously familiar with ours, and so we can do that.
Right. So I'm going to highlight a few, and you tell me if I miss them.
Okay.
I know for a fact, right, that we can get an agency that has a crew. Right?
Yeah.
We can get the station who has a crew. This is what you guys do. You guys have for hire video, right? Right. So it's not just if you get a reporter out. And then there are other specialty shops, right? That's what they do.
Yep.
Is there anything else? Yep. Anything else besides that?
Not that I can think of right now.
Okay. What about Facebook Live? What do you think about Facebook Live?
We do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do it. We produce video for Facebook Live with our morning news team, doing that. Yeah, we've done that before.
That's great.
Yeah. But that would be something where we have the capability to, as our organization, to produce Facebook Live for your actual campaign.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. So what I'm picking up on is emotion matters.
Yes.
Don't just trust in the one story thing. That's kind of maybe a little bit of a Hail Mary idea.
Consistency.
Right? Yep, consistency matters. And the advertising side, although we're not saying the big A word for advertising, but really that's what we're talking about is a marketing plan is consistent, which means over time we're going to continue to do something effectively. Yeah. And I heard you say at the beginning that you thought advertising on television was a very effective way to get the message out, right? And you can control that message.
It is. But in general, with any media, there's one more key component, I would say, is a focused message.
Great. What is a focused message?
Singular focus on one concept, or even if you could even distill it down to one word that you as a company want to own. I'll give you an example. FedEx, overnight. Volvo, safety. KXAN, investigates. And we own that word. I mean, when you think of KXAN, you think of investigates. And you think of, FedEx, you think of overnight. So you just want to distill your value proposition into one word if you can, you know. And if you can really own that word in the mind of the consumer, that's the essence of marketing. Yeah. And then
that's great.
You win.
Thank you so much for coming and sharing your knowledge. It's obvious that we need to encourage these small business owners to have a marketing plan to be consistent, to not just rely on the one story hope, but to just trust in being able to tell a single one message that they can own over a long period of time. They'll see that success, right?
Yep.
Okay. Well, this is Justin McCullough, and this is Small Business Festival. Thank you so much, Eric.
Yep, thank you.